Hi folks, welcome back to Quest for Glory 2. It's day 14, and as you can see here, there's a water elemental. This is where we left the last episode. She's kind of here, I don't know why I'm saying it kind of looks like a she, right? But she's kind of here earlier than Conrad expected. It's day 14, and all of the previous elementals actually came on day 4, day 8, day 12, so I actually wasn't expecting this to happen until day 16. So, what can we do here? Usually when we encounter a water elemental, we try to just handle it. Oh. You feel drained. For your information, go with the flow is just an expression. Wave bye-bye, everyone. So she just drains all the fluid out of our body, so we can't even get close to her. So, I think the first thing we're going to try to do... Actually, I don't even know if Harik is open. He is, somehow. Let's see if we can ask him about this since it's right outside his door. But I actually think we're going to have more luck talking to Aziza about this. Tell about water elemental. You fluidly describe the water elemental to Harik. Well, I hope you figure out how to deal with it. This city will soon run out of water. Thank you for your help, as always. I will do a pill check while I'm here. We have 4 health pills, 2 stamina pills, and 2 poison pills. I think that's quite enough, and nothing to give him at all. So let's go talk to Aziza. Aziza's whole vibe is water, right? So she should have something to say about this, but we'll talk to Keapon first, maybe on the way. Stay away from that, though. Don't get sucked dry. Water at bead today, matey. Did you see the swell elemental that's made such a splash in the fountain? She's awfully soppy and tends to gush, but I tell you, Eddie, and I don't mean to deluge you, there's an undercurrent of still water running steep. If I were you, I'd rain away. He's never really that helpful, just like Harik. He just cracks jokes. Although he told us something about the air elemental. You tell about the water elemental occupying the fountain. Ahoy, me boy, and shiver me timbers. You got what it takes to make a lady less limber. Pieces of 8, mate, and blow the maid down, sweep her off her feet, and then clear out of town. Okay. Well, we know that there's a process of elimination here. So let's just... Yeah. Fiddles with fish. Okay, so that's kind of all that we need to know. I was going to say that by process of elimination, we know, me bucko, if you be thirsting to sponge off the maritime maiden, you'll need to air out a few things first, or you'll be seeing the waters pout. Okay, great. He kind of said what I was going to say there, which was that air is the contrasting element to water. So for fire, we had to use water. For air, we had to use earth. For earth, we had to use fire. And for water, we have to use air. So let's go talk to Aziza and just see if we are prepared to do this. The only source of air besides just blowing on the elemental is actually, we have the air elemental in the bellows. So maybe just using that is enough. And I could have tried that, but I like role-playing Conrad as sort of a, this is a magic thing, what do I do situation, right? Come in, sit down, and be welcome. Thank you. Aziza's, attention to manners and etiquette, it's a nice touch, but it does get a little repetitive. She needs to loosen up. Shall we share tea? Yeah. Today, I'd say yes, because I need to talk to you about this. Alright, so she has details this time. The essence of water is attraction. The elemental will draw all water into itself. It can draw water from the very body of a human that approaches it. We found that out the hard way. In the fountain, the water elemental will draw upon the boundless magical stream, which is the lifeblood of the city. People will be dying of thirst as it grows in power enough to engulf the entire city in a flood. As long as the water elemental is in the fountain, the elemental cannot be harmed or contained. Yep, as suspected. It is only vulnerable to air. Once away from the fountain, it will be drawn to the nearest source of water. You might then contain it. Okay, nearest source of water. And we already told her about how we helped Julinar, so I think, thank you for the advice. We're out of here. We didn't get any points for that, but let's take a look here. We do have 4 mostly full water skins, and that's an idea, is we put down a water skin. Let's try this. I'm going to save it over this and head back to Plaza of the Fountain. Although maybe we should ask a little bit more before we just solve this. See if anyone else has anything to say about this. No, it's just a most interesting tale. Maybe that should be the name of this episode. A most interesting tale. No one's gonna talk about this actually, I think. Let's go see if let's go here and just see if Uhura and Rakesh want to weigh in before we take care of this. Not deliberately trying to draw this out, but this be stuck to the door with knife. I think maybe you should find better place to pass notes. What? You read the crumpled paper with the nearly illegible scrawl and small torn spot. Tomorrow night is your last night. You'll get your final orders then. Be seeing you. What? And you don't know who gave you this note. I not be seen who leave it. It come while I feed Simba. Okay, so someone's leaving what seems like a threat tomorrow night. I don't know if that means like this night or if it's the following night. Depends on when the note was received. I don't remember if we came here yesterday. Well, that's interesting, but has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. So mystery for another day, I'd say. Okay, let's go back here and let's try to do something. So any adventurer who would try to get water from an elemental inhabited fountain must be wet behind the ears. That's no way to make a splash. Okay, that doesn't work. But can we just use it on the elemental? Something's happening. Okay, so there is a source of water there now as an attraction. Now, let's use the air elemental on water elemental. Let's see what happens. Oh! Simple as that. Easiest one yet. Wow, well, that actually really was easy. You pick up the water skin that now contains the essence of the water elemental. So we do still have the air elemental. I thought we would have used that up. Okay, well, that was easy. Everyone, you can come back now. If you want. I don't want to talk to Keapon. I don't want to go in there. Okay, well, try here. A little bit anticlimactic, to be honest. Right? Is anyone gonna congratulate me? Okay, so let's go back. Okay, maybe. I think everyone's still too afraid. They must think that the elemental's still there. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think that is probably going to be the end of our day because Rakesh is not at the Adventurers Guild. Nothing really to do in the desert. So Let's take it easy. Let's take it easy. Welcome, hero. I'm gonna sleep until evening. We'll see if that guy is still there. Doula do. And maybe we'll just go out and fight one thing, and then we'll come back. But I think maybe that note means that this is my last night. I don't know what that means. It's a little ominous. Let's just have dinner here. Talk to this guy about that. It is a good thing that you are around to save us, Conrad. There we go. There's my appreciation. Maybe Abdullah is going to pay me. I have prepared something I prepared before. Thanks. Thanks, Shima. Did you hear about what happened? You tell about how you blew the water elemental away. Many people forget how valuable the fountain really is until we risk losing it. Yes. Let's have our meal. So if I were to rank the elementals by their difficulty, I'll wait to talk about that actually. I want to talk to Abdullah. Daily news. Caravan. Okay. He doesn't know when that's actually leaving. We'll talk to the guard outside. Okay. He has nothing to say. So I think we're just going to go for a brief jaunt into the desert, just to see how things are going. Let's take a look here. Our honor went up from capturing the water elemental, and our intelligence is at 113. We're full on health and stamina, so I say yeah. Good time to do this. May thee walk safely. I just want to ask this guy about the caravan. I keep forgetting that, yeah, when I click on my guy, it's like me telling him about topic. Caravan in 3 days, so we're actually very close now to leaving to Brazier. Which is good because there's no more elements besides pizza, which is foreshadowing for other games. Yeah, so ranking the elementals, I think that one was probably the easiest to figure out. Because all you really need is something you should already have anyway, which is the air elemental. You have to have that to get this far. And then water skins, which you should have already too. So yeah, that one's the easiest. Then what's the next easiest one after that? Either the fire elemental or the air elemental. I think the earth elemental is the most in depth, right? Here's a ghoul. We haven't fought a ghoul in a while. I'll fight a ghoul. I'm going back to rest. Fire is probably the hardest. Is probably the second hardest. Because you have to figure out how to lure it into the streets. Whereas the air elemental, you just need to figure out the earth. You throw it in, and then you need the bellows. Maybe that one's more complicated because you actually have to do a minigame first, right? Shit. Ew. It seems the creature's bile has strong corrosive properties. Thank goodness the soles of your boots are as thick as a Saurus skull. Oh, it all makes sense now. I can stand in this without any ill effect. That's great. Okay. So I guess I am wearing them, even though, yeah, see, I'm immune to that now. Because I was kind of wondering, it is impossible to dodge that, right? And now I understand what King Adam meant. You can puke as much as you want. Although I imagine that the boots are going to be limited in their uses. Okay, cool. Again, I don't know if that was in the original, so... these guys are much easier now. Because they aren't forcing me to back up. Boom. Okay, cool. That's another mystery solved. So the threads are starting to collapse here. They're starting to come together. There's not a lot of other mysteries out there. They're just for fun. Working out a bit of that negative energy from today. Okay, so that's our single combat of the evening. Let's go back and rest until tomorrow. So yeah, I would put it water as easiest, fire, air, earth. Oh well, I guess we have to fight another one. We went too far. And that's all the elements. But earth is definitely my favorite. Or at least my favorite for fighter, but I think that might also be the only one that is unique for the class. I don't know. This is why I shouldn't be doing Let's Plays, because I don't actually know very much about this game. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable person out there about Quest for Glory. I just liked them, and that's it. I haven't delved too far into the trivia. So, what is next then? There's not much left. I hope we get rewarded. And I'm kind of at the point now too where I'm not really going to raise my stats on purpose anymore. We do want to challenge Rakesh, so I hope he shows up tomorrow. We'll check that out. What have we got? I actually did think I wrote this down at one point. Return first to Omar. We did that. Dual Rakesh. We haven't done that. Monster trophies and Scorpion. Yes, kind of. Ask Aziza about the tree. Yes. Boots on day 11. So really it's fight Rakesh, and then we need to see what this note is all about. And those are really our final things before we leave for Razir. Not much else is going on. Maybe it's not late enough. Wanted to see if I could catch them. All right, into bed. We got 10 minutes left, so that's time for something to happen. Day 15. Save it here. Take a look at our stats on the start of day 15. We got 191 strength, 142 luck. Our dodge went up to 132. Yeah, cool. Full health as well. Just going to save this over day 14 evening. Why not? Day 15 morning. And let's go out and see if anyone else has heard about the water elemental. Something might be going on tonight. Oh, the Enchantress Aziza sends you this message of gratitude and requests that you visit her home tomorrow. It is said that Uhura at the Guild Hall has a message for you as well. Oh. Okay, so a couple more things. Let's give some money to the beggar. Let's give him 50 centimes. Doing well today. Let's go over to the water, or the flower merchant, see anything. Usually they say something right away, but I don't think that's gonna happen today. So let's go to the, let's see. I wonder if she has something new to say, or if it's just about what she told us before. I think it's what she told us before. Oh, this time the note be stuck to the door with an old sword. Tell your friend I will show him where to stick it the next time. Oh, okay. You read the crumpled paper with the nearly illegible scrawl and large torn spot. At nightfall tonight. Uh-oh. This is something very specific. At nightfall tonight, go the door. Go to the door at the end of Askeri Darb. Askeri Darb. Off Saif Darb. Obey or you'll regret it. That's it. We don't know where that is, so we need to actually walk around and find that, because I don't think I know where that is, and the streets aren't named. I could look that up, I guess, but I'm happy to just walk around the streets. So we need to do something tonight then. Okay, let's go see if we can find that street now, just for later. Tonight. Dagger Street. God, I have no idea where this is. Do I really care? Maybe I'll get lucky and just find it right away. Arib. Where are we even? I legitimately don't know where this is. Maybe it's there. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing for the rest of this video, is looking for this place. And if we go straight, we do need to turn left, because if we go straight, that's just the end of Dagger Street, I think. Let's just confirm that. Yep, nothing there. So, yeah. I wish I could hover over the streets in the map, actually, and see what the street names were, but what can you do is what I was going to say, but I'm a little tired. I don't know if you guys can notice. Short Street. And that's the end of Short Street, so we don't care about that. Let's keep walking. I just chose a street like off of the Adventurers Plaza. And I'm hoping I'll run into it eventually, because I don't think neither of those streets are actually very familiar to me. They don't sound like streets that I remember. Conrad is curious. He's gonna rise to this challenge, I think. I think he's also started to get a little tired of telling people about him. Harik of the Kattas goes all the way down this way, and then I don't know if it turns into another street here, but we're gonna take a left and see what happens. I might even explore up here too, because I feel like I've explored like most of this half, and I don't remember those street names. So let's take a left here. Wait a second. This is the Harik of the Kattas. Okay. Well, let's run. Speed this up slightly. Be cool if we could find this. Damby Barb. No. Or Domby. Tall is battle. Darb is both of these. So if I go straight, it will go back to the Adventure Plaza. And if I take a right, it will also be that, I guess. I don't know. I think this one must be the whole thing. And it's a door at the end. Door at the end of Askeri Darb, which makes me think it's a dead end. So I want to see this one, this one. So let's actually go back here. This is east. Whoops. Shit. What happened there? He said something to me and I just clicked through it. Sorry, folks. That's it. I'm sorry. That's what I get for clicking through things. Yeah, okay. Well, something was said there. Is this south? What am I doing? It is south. This is east. Okay. Oh, Saif Darb. Okay, 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 okay. So I just had to go this way. Sword Avenue. So let's just find this. I think I was right about this then. I think this might be it. Askeri Darb, Soldiers Avenue. Okay. So Soldiers Avenue off of Sword Avenue. I'm just guessing the theming here. Let's go all the way to the end. What? That's scary. The end of Askeri off of... Is it this? I don't know, but I don't know why anything would happen during the daytime. Maybe it's that. Okay, well, we'll try out all these doors later because it is going to be one of these doors, but I am not quite certain which one is the end. Maybe, okay. Maybe there actually is a dead end. Scary Darb. Still on Askeri. The note actually say. Maybe that makes sense. Go to the door at the end of Askeri Darb, off Saif Darb. Aha, okay, this looks like it. Okay, cool. Well, I think that might be it. The only thing, we are again in your debt. Your name will be told in the tales of the Katta as long as there are Katta to tell them. We Katta tried to think of some way to say how much we were grateful. Please accept this gift of a sapphire pin. May it do you good. You take the sapphire pin and place it through your lapel. And I got a point for that. That's actually what I was hoping I didn't miss when I clicked through that dialogue, was that I remember receiving a free gift at some point from the Katta, and it looks like this is it. This is the pin that we weren't able to purchase before because it was too overpriced. Although, technically I could have bought it. Katta gave you this sapphire pin and thanks for your service to their kind. So I'm a true friend of the Katta. I don't remember why I need that, but I believe I need that for some reason, probably in Razir, to show that I'm a friend. So, cool. I think that's all that we have time for. I think I'm just gonna end it there. Actually, you know what? I will go back here, and I will just end the day. We'll sleep until evening. And then what we're going to do tonight is go to that door that we just found. So the way to do that is to go to the Plaza of the Adventurer, and then we will take... Yeah, let's eat dinner first. I just want to have everything ready for next time. So we'll find out what that is. I have a suspicion of what this is, and perhaps you do too. It occurs to Conrad that he hasn't learned where the Eternal Order of Fighters is, the EOF. And they kind of seem like a secret organization, right? So maybe this is them trying to haze me into their organization, their cult. I don't know if it's a cult, but so let's just call this day 15 evening evening secret door. Cool. So that's what we'll do next time. We'll go see what that's all about and talk to Aziza in the morning as well, since she wanted to see us. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you next time.